Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am presenting to you today a story that has not reached the mainstream media, even though it occurred September 23rd, 2025. That was September the 23rd, 2025. Thank you for joining me again. I don't normally bring two shows in a short period of time, but this one was one I think you needed to be aware of. There's not a lot of information out on the web about this story, but I'm going to bring it to you right now. And you do your own research. And if I'm wrong in some way, bring it to my attention. But I don't think I am. But I was actually shocked to find out this information. Okay, here's the essence of what actually transpired, and I'm going to show you the full video showing you exactly what happened so that you won't be able to just take my word for it. You can see for yourself what transpired. America's tanker was bombed by China on September the 23rd, 2026. Just think, that was September the 23rd, 2026, and we had a government shutdown on October the 1st, 2025. Excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. We had a shutdown on October the 1st, 2025. A bombing occurred, which consisted of both the United States and China. And I'm going to say that China was testing us. And China was probably mad because of the tariffs. So here's what happened on September 23rd, 2025. The South China Sea erupted in chaos as the USS Berry and tanker Liberty Sentinel came under attack from a Chinese type 052D destroyer. 12YJ-12 anti-ship missiles screamed through the sky, traveling faster than sound. The U.S. Aegis combat system launched interceptors because the boat was accompanying this tanker in a high-speed duel of fire and precision. This gripping scenario revealed the razor edge of modern naval warfare. This is scary, guys. China bombed our oil tanker, and the United States said, we're not playing that game with you. This gripping scenario revealed the razor edge of modern naval warfare, energy security, and U.S.-China confrontation. But one spark could have started a global war. And China did not reciprocate what the United States did immediately after the attack because it was fast and furious. So I'm going to allow you to see this video. Don't take my word for it, guys. We could have been at war. More importantly, I think China was testing us to see if we would respond. This is scary, guys. This is scary. And this was recorded by the National Geographic group. It's an uneasy claim before battle. Go and get your popcorn, get your Kool-Aid or whatever you want to drink, because I'm going to show this video in its entirety. And if you have any comments, certainly let me know. Thank goodness Kamala Harris did not win, because we would have been at war, because she would not have responded. Our great commanders would not have responded in retaliation. So here we go.
September 23, 2025. Dawn rises over the South China Sea calm, but deceiving. Liberty Sentinel, a steel giant, carries $42 billion in crude oil. By its side, USS Barry, 370 sailors braced for the storm ahead. 8:40 a.m. A shadow appeared, Chinese type 52. D-destroyer locks on. No warning. No radio call. Only steel shadows aiming to kill. 9:00 a.m. 12. YJ-12 missiles scream into the sky. Supersonic death inbound. USS Barry responds. Aegis combat system unleashes interceptors. 10 destroyed midair. Explosions echo like war drums across the sea, but 2 missiles break through. The tanker erupts in fire and smoke. 3 American dead. 12 wounded. $1 billion loss in minutes. Beijing celebrates. But America prepares a storm. The world will never forget. Encrypted orders flash across the Pacific. America prepares retaliation. 2 Growlers scramble from Guam. Their mission blind every Chinese radar. At high altitude, B-2 Spirits glide, stealth shadows carrying bunker busters. 10 Tomahawks arm aboard USS Barry, each a storm of fire waiting to strike. Growlers unleash electronic storms. Chinese radars drown in static. Woody Island, Beijing's fortress, now cut off, blind and defenseless. 10:47 a.m. The hammer falls. B-2 bombers release bunker busters. The first impacts shatter bunkers. Concrete folds like sandcastles. Shockwaves ripple across the island. Command silenced in seconds. Almost simultaneously, USS Barry erupts. 10 Tomahawks streak to target. 4 slam into the runway. Giant craters swallow the airstrip whole. Fuel de pos ignite un. 2 million gallons burn. Fireball seen 70 miles away. 22 fighters destroyed on the ground. Frames twisted in burning wreckage. 2 corvettes gutted. Piers collapsing, the port reduced to ruins. 150 Chinese dead. 325 wounded, the deadliest strike since Korea. Woody Island burns. China's fortress becomes its graveyard. The world watches in shock. Images of Woody Island's inferno spread live. Beijing's silence speaks louder than words, its pride reduced to ash. In half an hour, China's fortress turned graveyard, deterrence restored. By noon, the flames still claw the sky. Woody Island reduced to rubble. Beijing loses 8 billion in fighters, ships, and installations. For China, it is the worst military disaster since 1949. Yet America bleeds too. $42 billion oil lost. 3 sailor dead. Freedom, once again, has been paid for in blood. In Washington, analysts call it a Pearl Harbor reversed. China struck first, but ended the day counting its dead. From Tokyo to Manila, allies see proof the balance has not shifted east. The lesson: reckless aggression carries a cost beyond any prize. For America, deterrence is forged, not in words but in steel and fire. Discipline, training, and the will to finish the fight. These decide wars. The South China Sea now scarred by fire, oil, and wreckage. Liberty Sentinel lost forever, its cargo swallowed by flame and sea. 3 dead. 12 wounded, faces of sacrifice behind the headlines. America was attacked and America responded without hesitation. Across Asia, allies breathe. Relief, proof that deterrence still stands. From Hanoi to Taipei, leaders see China's myth of invincibility collapse. China sought humiliation of America instead. It suffers historic defeat. The world watches, live a lesson carved into the history of power. Deterrence lives not in words, but in action under fire. Technology mattered, but so did discipline and the will to endure. By sunset, Beijing's silence roars louder than its missiles. For Washington, the message: America finishes what others start. China's gamble ended in ashes. Its fortress became its grave. Freedom survives not by chance, but by strength. This was no skirmish. It was history, seared into the South China Sea. Analysts warn this is only the opening chapter of a larger storm. Deterrence is steel in the water, fire in the sky, and resolve in the heart. America does not start wars, but it will finish them. swiftly and decisively. September 23rd ends in fire and silence, the balance of power reaffirmed. As smoke lingas, strategists worldwide dissect the battle's message. For allies, reassurance. America still answers fire with steel. For adversaries, a warning. Reckless gambles end in ruin. In Beijing, propaganda reels struggle to hide the scale of loss, yet satellite images betray the truth. Woody Island burns still. September 23rd, etched a lesson. Power must be proven, not claimed. Military historians call it a modern Pearl Harbor reversed. China struck first, but America ended the day standing tall. For Washington, the battle proved credibility is forged in combat. For Beijing, silence replaces triumph. Its gamble cost too much. Across Asia, capitals saw fire, but also assurance of balance. The South China Sea is scarred, its calm forever shattered. This battle was not about oil, it was about power. Deterrence. Survival. September 23rd etched forever into maritime history. America was attacked, and America answered without mercy. As dawn fades to dusk, the world measures the cost of this day. Markets tremble, oil prices surge as tankers vanish in flames. In Tokyo, leaders pledge unity. Japan's fleet readies alongside America. In Manila, the treaty comes alive. Philippines welcomes U.S. reinforcements. In Hanoi, leaders declare reckless aggression will never rule these seas. Taipei strengthens its watch. Jets roar skyward, vigilant and ready. From London to Paris, NATO voices support America is not alone. China reels its losses. Broadcast. Its navy's aura broken. Its claim of dominance evaporates in 30 minutes of fire. The South China Sea, once contested, now a battlefield scarred. For America, it is proof freedom is not given, but defended. For Beijing, the cost is clear: blood, steel, and silence. The lesson echoes: deterrence is not a speech, it is a strike. On September 23rd, America proved when struck, it will strike back harder. And the world will never forget. As smoke fades, the political storm begins. Capitals brace for fallout. In Washington, Congress debates how far should America go. Some demand escalation, others warn of world war. In Beijing, fury simmers, calls for vengeance echo behind closed doors. But military losses leave China wounded, its navy reels from disaster. In Moscow, leaders whisper, could this ignite a global fire? Analysts warn the next misstep could spiral beyond control. In the South China Sea, wreckage drifts, ghosts of a clash that shook nations. Families grieve freedom, paid again in lives too young to lose. The lesson echoes: deterrence is not declared, it is demonstrated. The balance of power remains fragile yet unmistakable. For America, strength proved deterrence. Lives for China, a warning written in fire. September 23rd, etched into history as the day deterrence returned. The sea remembers, and the world will never forget. The Liberty Sentinel lies broken, her final voyage lost to fire. 3 Americans gone. 12 wounded, the human face of war. For China, over 150 dead. Billions in losses, a fortress turned grave. The illusion of Chinese naval invulnerability shattered worldwide. For America, proof that freedom survives only through strength. Across Asia, leaders note, balance remains in America's favor. Deterrence is not a speech, it is steel, fire, and the will to strike back. But the question remains, was this an ending or a beginning? Analysts warn this could be the opening chapter of a larger storm. America does not start wars, but it finishes them swiftly. For allies, reassurance. For adversaries, a warning carved in fire. Reckless aggression carries a cost greater than any prize. The South China Sea scarred forever by steel, fire, and blood. History will remember September 23rd, and the world will remember who stood tall. The smoke fades, but the memory burns, etched into history's pages. For America, proof that freedom survives through strength. For China, a gamble ended in ashes. For Asia, reassurance, the balance holds. For now, but the sea remembers and its scars run deep. This was not a skirmish, it was a message. September 23rd, a day carved in steel and blood. And now, the question was, this the end or just the beginning? The world watches and waits.
Whoa. That Have you heard about this? Did you hear about it? The sun is in my eyes. My heart is racing because I was told that we would have an event similar to the Cuban Missile Crisis. Was this it? And I'm going to move around until I get the sun out of my face so much, because this was a very, very important video. Look it up for yourself. But don't think any of the local mainstream media covered it. But it happened. Peace through strength. This is Charlotte Bergman, your host for Political Talk of Charlotte. I want to thank you for joining me, and I certainly hope that you enjoyed finding out about what happened on September the 25th. Because it could have been a war involving all of our children. But I think because of the strength that was exercised, that would account for Xi meeting with President Trump. I think it was last week or so. They don't want this smoke that the United States can rain down on them. Thanks for joining me. This is Charlotte Bergman. I'm signing off for the second time today. I appreciate you and God bless you. Bye.